week.
Perfect. Smart. You're What would you like to see Scarlet Witch do next? Or where would you like to see her go?
My favorite is House of M, but that would never happen. But
never say never in this.
I mean, if she could have 2 fake babies and everyone tell her that they don't really exist, and then her just go nuts, that would be unbelievable. But I don't think they're gonna do that. It might be a little too dark for the Marvel universe. When she loses her mind, it's my favorite thing in the comics.
So WandaVision, Marvel's first Disney Plus show, and continuation of MC's story after Endgame. Let me give some context first. I was one of those people who were skeptic about future of MCU. I was like, how they can top Infinity Saga. When they announced about Disney Plus shows, I was like least excited for WandaVision, most excited for Loki, which I'm still excited for it. And I really didn't care about WandaVision. And why would I be excited for a romance drama series about Wanda and Vision? I was not really invested in their relationship. In Infinity War they had a central plot, but still I was not really that interested in their relationship that I would want a whole series out of it. This really went from I don't care to wow, that's my new favorite from Marvel. WandaVision is something you would not expect from a superhero franchise, and that too from Marvel. Well, there are exceptions, like say Joker or Logan, but it's rare. Superheroes are these perfect ideal characters who will overcome any situations thrown at them. They are symbol of hope, justice, etc. etc. Superheroes movies or shows are mostly about conflicts of forces of light and darkness. There can be variations in the plot, some interesting concept can be added, but superhero movies are a genre in itself. And I am not complaining, that's good, and I love Marvel or DC or any superhero stuff if it's good. But you would not expect a superhero show to tell a personal story about a person suffering from trauma, depression and grief. That's generally a thing for non-fiction titles. How a person may behave in such a situation and how that leads to more suffering till you let it go. Vision's dialogue,
but what is grief? If not love, persevering,
is probably the most beautiful line from MCU. And in a way, WandaVision actually helped me personally. I would have never thought that I would say something like this for a superhero show. And how this show decided to tell that story is the second thing I loved about this show. One of the things I love about movies or TVs in general is its ability to tell a story in an interesting way using tools like suppose symbolism, metaphor, satire, etc. If used correctly, a single thing in a movie can mean different things. Like what you are seeing in the screen is not exactly meant to be taken literally. It's telling a story in itself. WandaVision chose the format of sitcoms to tell the story. But why? And did it work? Let's see. WandaVision is like you can say a self-aware show. I mean, like you can say it's a meta show. In this show, we are watching a show in which characters are watching a show which is inspired from actual shows. Wow, that's too many shows. Sitcom style worked in this show for various reasons. First of all, it feels off, which is not a good thing in general scenario, but here it works perfectly, especially in first 3 episodes. Because deep down you know something is not right. So on screen we are seeing a happy couple going through everyday life, but you are feeling something else. You are seeing something else, but ironically feeling something else. There is an element of mystery involved. Not only the audience, but main characters in the show are also feeling the same. Given the tragic history of Wanda, we can directly relate to her. Just think about it. If given chance, would you not build a perfect world according to you? Here Wanda has done the same. Is not that what we all want? And for Wanda, who has seen only pain, loss and war her whole life, her wanting a normal life with her husband, is that a bad thing? As stated by Monica,
I'd bring my mom back. You know I would.
I'm sorry for all the pain I caused.
If I were you, I would have brought my mother back. And yeah, that's true. But despite this, the world is not perfect. We can feel it. They can feel it. And it all starts to break down. Her perfect world is a lie and is not actually perfect. Sitcoms represent Wanda's perfect world, where at the end of the show everything becomes right. And spoiler alert, which is not the case with this show. TVs, movies, shows, or in Wanda's case, sitcoms are a form of escape from real world. One of the reasons we watch movies because we want to escape reality for 2 hours and enjoy a different world. As a child, she loved watching American sitcoms. When she lost her brother, she used to watch sitcoms to divert her mind. And here she created a literal sitcom reality to escape from the reality, where her husband is dead. You can say in a sense, I was also doing the same. I'm watching a show from Marvel to escape from reality. But instead of escaping it, it told me to embrace the reality. That's very meta. And as many of the other reviewers have pointed out, that sitcoms also represents Wanda's mental journey from completely overrun by grief to finally accepting her reality. Or we can say it's Wanda's journey through stages of grief. Starting episodes are in black and white, perfect in Wanda's view, but they are the episodes most off from reality. As we will go through episodes, we will move more closer and closer to reality. Episodes will become colorful, and aspect ratio will change. Wanda is in a sense in a stage of denial. She is happy and is denying the fact that she just created an alternate reality. Whenever something happens, she just tries to deny it or undo it. But in the third episode, when she is directly confronted with an event from real world, her denial converts into anger, and she throws out Monica out of her reality. In episode 5, she no longer hides her power in front of Agatha. She is fed up with that, and when Vision tries to confront Wanda, she tries to bargain Vision out of it, which is another stage of grief. According to her, she is not harming Westview residents. She is clouded with her grief. She thinks this is a perfect world where even Westview residents are safe from imperfections of real world. By episode 7, her reality literally starts to break down, and she enters the stage of depression, and then finally the acceptance stage when she literally dives through her past. In all of this, what Wanda needed was a little comfort, a support which no one in the show gave her. You have a fellow witch, but what did she do? She tried to exploit Wanda. So has her fake brother also, which was revealed to be a pawn of Agatha. And maybe I am in the minority, but casting even Peters as Quicksilver actually made sense with the meta theme of the show. Because not only Wanda needed to believe that he is real, we as an audience also needed to believe that he is real. Sword was also not helpful with the situation. The first chance they got, they tried to launch a missile on Wanda, and Hayward just told a lie to fulfill his own desires. The only people who understood Wanda are Monica, Agent Wu, and Darcy. These characters, in a sense, represents us, the audience in the show, and that also coincides with the meta theme of the show. But no wonder Wanda don't trust Monica because she is associated with Sword. Ending of the show is kind of heartbreaking. Wanda finally accepted her reality, but that's still sad to see. And in the way she made some mistakes. Her hijacking a complete town is wrong and can't be justified. Sometimes things are not simple, and now Wanda has to live her whole life with this guilt that she did something like this. Well, although she didn't do it directly, she did it subconsciously, but still can't be undone. And there continues her tragic story. Probably in all of this, her biggest mistake was her children. She created new life in her grief without understanding her power. And now she's in a situation where she have to correct that mistake, I think, which will lead to Doctor Strange sequel. And seeing a post-credit scene, I don't think it will lead to exactly a good path. Wanda's future seems dark. Well, there are many more things to talk about this show, and there are many more aspects of the show. But I think you get the point. This show was not perfect, and I wish it was, because it had the potential to be a masterpiece. But despite its flaws, I like this show, because this is probably one of the most unique projects for Marvel. I think many more Marvel projects will come and go, but WandaVision will be always something different to me.
We now have first-person intel from inside the Westview anomaly.
What are we looking at here? Is it an alternate reality, time travel?
It's a sitcom.
Starring 2 Avengers?
It's a working theory.
Well, I know the apron is a bit much, dear, but I am doing my best to blend in.
Hello, dear.
Hiya, kids. Hiya, kiddos. Life moves pretty fast out in the suburbs.
I think something's wrong here.
Should we just take it from the top?
Wanda!
I don't know how any of this started.
What is outside of Westview?
Yeah, I'm not sure what that's about. It's probably just a case of the Mondays. Am I right? Is this really happening?
Yes, my love.
Are you crying?
But I'm invested.